And Gloria is going to tell us all the reasons why we need to be moving to Africa, honey. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gloria.
Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome. I'm thinking y'all coming on my show, but anyway, hi everyone. What's going on? Let me fix this a
Hi,
little.
beautiful. You look great. Ooh, the outfit. Tell me more about that jacket.
You don't even. If I tell you, I got to kill you. Where I got the
It
jacket
might
from?
be worth that, girl, because I'm looking. Whoa, child, we're looking at them shoulder pads, and I'm like, wait a minute. I like that.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to tell everyone a secret. It's not a secret. It's right there in your face of how people obtain things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just a regular chick, right? Been entrepreneur pretty much all my life, housewife all my life. So I learned to stretch a dollar penny till a scream, right? And lived on pretty much one income. So coupons, Goodwill, everything. But folks would never know, right? I never put my money into material things to the point where my kids were so used to me shopping at Goodwill that when they received a gift card for Christmas or their birthday, they were so excited because they could go to the mall, because I wasn't going to the mall. Absolutely not. I went to Goodwill, I went to Salvation Army, the thrift store, whatsoever, because, and folks want to say, oh no, I don't wear no used clothes. I worked in retail for a while. Do you know how many people return clothes? It's used and you pay full price. Okay. It's all about profit. So if I can't get something at least that I know 80, 90%, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So for the last, my oldest daughter's 32. For the last 32 years, I have been only shopping at Goodwill, Salvation Army, thrift store for furniture. I used to live in a neighborhood, and when they didn't sell things in their garage sales and estate sales on Saturday and Sunday, Monday morning or Sunday night, me and my husband would go out and ride around Dunwoody, okay, and see like baddest furniture, chairs, armoires at the trash because the folks didn't want it and they didn't want to bring it back in the house. So I furnished my house. We were able to live in Dunwoody. I lived in Dunwoody 13 years. And, we did things because I wasn't buying my kid. I was buying my kids polo. My son wore polo all the time, but I wasn't paying $37 for a kid's shirt. Absolutely not. $37. I could buy our entire family outfits. And my husband was in corporate America, so he needed suits. I used to get the Barney suits and everything, $20. And then so that's how I work my stuff. So I may look apart, but I'm not paying apart. Usually if you see me, no matter how bad I am, I haven't paid more than $15 for that entire outfit. 15.
What?
Including the shoes. Including the shoes. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
I'm scared.
Don't play with me.
Because you look good. Well, so you're doing something right.
Thank you. Thank you. So that has afforded me the privilege of traveling. So that's a great segue. With people, wondering, oh, well, I can't afford it. Oh, well, I'm working on something. I got a whole couple of things going. Well, do you have your pants? Well, I'm working on that. It's $125. I'm coming in. Boom, I'm coming in. Okay. Since you asked, this jacket was a segue, right? I think I paid, how much I paid for this jacket?
It's cute.
$3.24. $3.24. $3.24.
I would have easily said
Well, originally it was probably, let me see who is by. Probably originally, if you bought in a store, it was probably $80, $90.
That's what I'm saying.
It is from Sandro Sportswear. Sandro Sportswear.
I
So
would have said 50 to 80. I mean, depending on if
yes,
it's, designer, it could have been up to 150.
yeah. So Sandro, it fits well, it feels well,
And
and
looks good, honey. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
yes,
I'm a sucker for a collar and a shoulder pad
yes.
now.
Yes, and you know what? That's a half shoulder. It looks like it does, but it doesn't.
What's the
It's just
point?
it's the piping.
I love it.
Very well made, just cutesy.
Absolutely love it.
But thank you. So, this is the reason why, not the flex, is I'm able to travel internationally, and I am able to get out of this place, because this place on fire, like for real. Not just LA. It's gonna get hot in here, like it's just connected, Nelly. It's just not stopping. I'm like, oh my gosh. I am so glad I position myself. And that's what y'all gotta do, is position yourself, and to make some not quick decisions. Y'all gotta make some decisions. Because it's not gonna end well. Not going to end well at all. So I was able to purchase a home on the Kenyan coast, and that's where I am on my way to before the end of the year.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes. So, but I've been working on it for the last year, and just planning, because I was just seeing a whole lot of stuff. So with things that are going on, and I started about a year and a half ago, just letting people know, are y'all prepared? Do y'all have a plan B for 2024? Are y'all ready for 2024? Everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody ignored me. Then November 4th came. Everybody crying, everybody mad. Then what's the other day? The inauguration came. Everybody real mad. So, but Stevie Wonder could see it. Ray Charles could see it. It's the numbers don't lie. The number in the situation don't lie. So I just did not want to be caught up in the craziness. So I just kind of fell into. I was always an avid traveler. I started back traveling. Like I said, I was a housewife for almost 30 years. And after, when I turned 50, I said, I want to do something special. I give my kids special parties. I gave my husband, when he turned 50, like a whole weekend party, like big thing. My 50th birthday, crickets. Okay.
So that was
that. But we all, I keep it a buck. I don't front. It's just what it is. Most of us goes through that. I had a good life, don't get me wrong. I was a housewife, so I didn't have to go out there. My kids never went to a babysitter, a childcare center. But the point of it is, being a homemaker is it is the least paying job that you could ever have, and the most unappreciated. Definitely. But you, as a mother, look at it for the greater good, to make sure you are the household manager. And I don't regret it at all, because I think if I drop my kids at the babysitter and they're with different people, the bond that I have with my kids now, even though they get on my nerves sometimes and I get on theirs, they don't stray too far, because they used to see me 24 hours a day. So, but anywho, we're not talking about that. So I just trained myself over the years. I'm not a budgeter. I need to be a better budgeter. Some people have their lanes. Some people are great savers, great budgeters, have great credit whatsoever. I can get you a deal. And in my prime, I would go to the grocery store. I had a system down starting from Saturday night. I would get the AJC, take out the circulars, then spend 2 hours matching the circulars with the coupons I have, then cutting the coupons for that week. I had the whole book, and this was before couponing was in. This was like early 90s. And I would go and hit the stores, CVS. I would hit on Mondays because they would always run out of stuff. So, and I would go to the grocery store, $100 and something. I'd come out paying 40. So I just trained. Yes. So I just trained myself to really be good with money in that way. So then folks would see, oh, well, I got a new car, or I'm traveling here or traveling there. So you got to make the decisions where you want to put your money. And I encourage everyone to sell them Louis Vuitton bags, to sell them Chanel bags, because it's about to get funky. And to just start liquidating. And even if you're not going anywhere, you should still start liquidating, because you don't know where the tides will turn. I was told by 2 people, and I saw it on a thread, that they're cutting food stamps down to 3 months out the year. You will not get it continuously anymore.
Oh my God.
We'll get it 3 months out of each fiscal year. So, it's a lot of things going on, and we just got to get prepared. We got to get prepared.
Did you hear that the equal opportunity legislation was overturned?
All of that. So I hope people that are on now that will hear this, get in a plan. You cannot. This is like a house on fire, and we see this. It's basically like LA. And you sitting there saying, well, I'm just going to throw some water on my house and save my house. No, the fire is rolling. The fire is coming. And that's why I am spreading the word that put yourself in the position for options that only someone that has a U.S. passport, a United States citizen, has. A United States citizen, and you have your passport, that blue book, folks don't take seriously. And it's because you may have gone to the Caribbean or whatever, and it's just your passport. When you start to travel internationally, people stand at attention when you if you want to flex and folks acting all whatever, and you're in a line with some Europeans or whatever, and you kind of look and see their passport, I pull out my passport and stand on the line. All of a sudden, the vibe gets different, because a lot of, when you're traveling internationally, Black Americans, we've been traveling, but not as much. We're starting to really travel now, but you would see mostly folks from the UK or whatsoever. So they automatically assume that the last thing you are is from the US. And I don't know what the US has put out there, but it's a big flex to have a US passport. A US passport is only $125. You have it for 10 years. That breaks down. Let me break down some simple math. 10 years. That's $12.50. $12.50 per year. I know there's folks listening that go to Starbucks and spend that in one drop on a drink that's going to shoot up your A1C and your caloric count. So we really got to start, doing some things, because it's serious. It's very serious. So get your passport if you don't have your passport. And then you have to start a plan, right? Start a plan. I started my plan a couple years ago. So I'm breathing easy because, you know, as things goes on, I'm by the end of this year, I'm not going to be here when it really starts to get thick and nasty.
What do you think is going to happen by the end of the year, Gloria?
Well, it's happening already.
I know, but just give me some insight on what you think may happen.
I don't know because I'm not in the political thing. But again, Stevie Wonder could see what was about to go down. Ray Charles. It happened from day one. It was said and warned before folks went to the ballot booth. So if folks are like, well, I ain't going nowhere because this is where, you know, Uncle Joe and them, I ain't going nowhere because this is where we built this country. Yeah, for free, unwillingly. So this is, the other day was a moment that I'm like, as Arsenio would say, things that make you go, So it was Martin Luther King birthday, right? So we always go back to his speech. And the part that they always say in his speech is, we're going to get to the promised land. I'm going to meet you in the promised land. What did he mean by the promised land? Y'all sit on that. What did he really mean by the promised land? We've been told that this is supposed to be the promised land, but has it been? You don't know really what he was talking about. But if people, you know, being blessed to live through all of these different changes, like I was a baby of the 60s. So my parents, you know, my dad was from the South, my mom was from the South. They came to New York. I would hear about, you know, the stuff that went down when I was little, everything like that. And then the 70s was cool because that was like a change of love and all of that. The 80s was fire, you know. And then fast forward, you know, where we are now, I was blessed to see a Black president that my parents thought that would never happen. And then technology, like Africa was so foreign to my mind and understanding. I remember when I started on a quest thinking about going to Africa, I had talked to a friend that actually in the last administration, he did go to Africa when they was like, oh, go back to Africa. He was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. So him and his wife traveled through Africa pretty much all 4 years. So, and he's the one that turned me on about where to go in Africa, because I was looking at South Africa, West Africa, Senegal, when Akon was going to do his city. So I was looking at all those places. And when he said East Africa, Tanzania, and Zanzibar, I was like, what's a Tanzania and Zanzibar? He was like, oh no, it's lit, it's lit. So I really respected him because he was my husband's political advisor. My husband and I were in government years ago. So I was like, okay, well, let me follow what he's saying. And I have not turned back.
Wow.
So how much time I have? What time?
12
okay,
minutes.
About 12 minutes, right. So I've been on a quest about Africa. I went to Kenya for the first time in 2021. My niece was supposed to get married. So I did visit Kenya and Tanzania at that same time because I had connected with people when I was researching and said, well, I'm going to run over there, kind of get the vibe. But then I decided to stay on the Kenya side. I went in August for 2 weeks, visited both places. And then I went back. I had planned to go back in November and then stay for a while in January. So I went back in November and stayed for 2 weeks to really get a feel. I found a little friend to eat chocolate. That's another reason, but you gotta be careful. You gotta play chess. But talking about chocolate and pretty teeth. Okay, Gloria, focus. Focus, okay? Y'all see Nene?
Okay,
Like,
Gloria.
Anyway, Gloria, focus. So Went there. My niece was there. So it was better for me to be in a place where I knew people than I kind of knew people. So that's why I kept going to Kenya. And then in January, I went back and I lived there for 3 months. It was wonderful. I didn't want to come back. The only reason why I did, because I ran out of money. So I had to come back to work, but I've been back about 3 or 4 times since. So last year I decided, after the babies in Texas got murdered, I said, I can't do this. Before I was just traveling, and I said, I'm going to travel. I'm going to go to different places. But when that happened, I said, I can't do this place no more. I really cannot. I have to set up something, not just for me and my retirement years and my chill years, but also for my family, legacy. So I said, what I can get, like the other folks be getting, because my son used to go to boarding school, and he used to come home, or he used to call me and say, yeah, one of my friends invited me to his house for spring break in Cancun. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, it's like his grandpa's house or whatever. They have a family house in Cancun or Cozumel or wherever. And I was like, you know what? I want my grandkids to say that. Nice. We got to start having our family say that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, come. This is that, and not we being always the consumer. We're always a consumer, and we're such a valuable consumer that the powers that be, they want to like diminish us. But just think about it. African Americans in the United States is the number one consumer. $1 trillion
we feed the economy.
We feed the economy. We're the reason why America's America. Don't get it twisted. We were the reason why America was America from the beginning, because we were bought over and built for business and built the country for free. So they got the free labor. Okay. They stole all of the resources when they brought us over. They stole all the resources because guess what? Africa, the continent, is the only continent, land of body of land in the world that they are sitting on gold, diamonds, oil, iron ore, manganese, I have my cell phone there. Every single cell phone. Cell phones would not exist if it wasn't for Africa, because the main component that makes cell phones work is can be mined in the Congo.
I heard of something like that before. I know that to be true.
That's how valuable we are, but they always want to shade us, right? So they want to say, hey, go back to Africa. But the crazy thing is, when you go to Africa, you see them. And it's like, wait a minute. Am I in Africa? Wait a minute. I didn't leave
you see
Paris.
They over there too, girl.
Because why am I the only Black person in tourist spaces? But they're telling us that, oh, it's a shithole. Ooh, oh, be careful. Ooh. But they up there and they wrapped around chocolate Twizzlers.
Enjoying life, honey. Taking up our resources.
Living their best life until they get back on the plane. I'm just telling you all the tea. So anyway, I wanted to go real deep and serious, but I got off on a tangent. But yeah, I'm so passionate because we need to make some moves. Okay. I'm going, if you would accept me to come on to, share about different things going on in Africa. I do a live on Facebook and on YouTube Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's called Let's Talk, Travel, and Move to Africa. And I added Move to Africa after November 5th. Because we need to seriously repatriate, right? So the white folks always say, "Oh, this is our land. Oh, this is our home. Oh, America's out," when we know it's not. Okay, we know it's not.
Well, let me ask you, Gloria, are you planning a trip for those of us who are interested in visiting? Yes. When is the next trip?
All right. So actually, I'm doing a live tomorrow with with one of the tour operators, and we're going to Ghana. Everybody want to go to Ghana. So the trips that I have scheduled so far for 2025 is Ghana, October, Seychelles, November, because Seychelles has their fashion week. So could you imagine an African fashion week? VIP, Seychelles in November. Okay. Then y'all got to hear about Botswana. So Botswana, everybody's excited about Botswana because Botswana was sitting on diamonds and they had no clue that they were. So when they got their independence, they were able to start developing the land, giving back to the citizens. So education is free. Medical is free. And education is free to the point because they are developing their workforce that even you're going to college is free, and they're giving you a stipend to stay in college until you graduate. So you can be part of the workforce when you come out. So anywho, so jump on. I do have to help folks out because people are like, well, I do want to move. I'm thinking about moving. What should I do? I just released, so excited. I worked over a year on it. A repatriation, 12 months. Okay. 12-month repatriation, step-by-step guide to take you through everything that you need to do monthly to repatriate to Africa or anywhere else. And what I'm working on, me and my team are working on doing a move to Ghana. And it will tell you what you need to do to move to Ghana or Kenya or, South Africa specifically.
Now,
so,
Gloria, where can we find the book? Because we're running on time, and I want to make sure that people that are interested, like me, know where to get it.
Oh, absolutely. So you can just hit the link in the bio, Glamp Luxe Travels, and travels.com, and go to store. And when you go to store, you're going to see all these itineraries. I do itineraries also. But then you're going to see the 12-month step-by-step repatriation guide to move to Africa, and you can get it right on there.
Okay.
But you can check me out 9 p.m. Monday through Friday on Africa Awaits Travel and Repatriation. That's a group, so that's a private group. So if you're on Facebook, join the private group. But I'm also on YouTube on 50 Shades of Glow, lifestyle of 50 plus and fabulous folks.
Okay. So when they're on Facebook, what are they looking up?
Africa Awaits.
Africa Awaits. 2 different words.
Yeah, Africa Awaits. Yeah, it is 2 different words, and it will say Africa Awaits Travel and Repatriation.
Africa Awaits Travel and Repatriation. Thank you so much for educating us,
Welcome.
Gloria. I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
you every time you come on here and give us, inspire us for opportunities abroad, especially in Africa,
Yeah.
especially a lot of us like me, our ancestors, our roots are there, and we can learn so
Where
much
we're
from
from.
those people. And there's so much more that are out there for us to embrace and lay our eyes and our hands on. So thank you so much for your time, Gloria, and I hope to see you again.
I'm coming on next week.
There you
I'm coming on next.
go.
All right.
That's it. Thank you, Gloria. We'll see you next time.
All right. Take care. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night and a great weekend. Go to glampluxetravels.com. Check me out. Get you
Absolutely.
deserve it.
Visit
We're from Kingdoms.
glamluxetravel.com. That's
P
GLAMPLUXE
LUXE travels.com.
travels.com. Thank you, Gloria.
Take care, y'all.
You guys, that was Gloria with GlampLuxeTravel.com. She is an amazing spirit. Love me some Gloria. She is going to educate you, honey. She is going to tell you how to get on back to our roots, the motherland, so that we can be treated right and receive our worth. Okay.